Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
Presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. We appreciate your being with us this evening. Great crowd here at Rudy's. Thanks to you. Thanks to those of you listening on our flagship radio station. Thanks to those of you watching on our Baylor Athletics YouTube channel tonight. You can watch the stream, and welcome to you as well. It is the Baylor, Coaches Show, right? But aren't we honored tonight to have with us Baylor's Director of Athletics, Mack Rhoades, to lead things off. Welcome to you.
Well, thank you. Glad to be
Appreciate
here.
it.
Some of our coaches would wish that I wouldn't coach. So.
You do coaching in your own way,
yes,
which is perfect. We could do the Baylor AD's hour in your spare time. And how much spare time do you have these days?
A lot right now.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I know that's not right. But let me say this, and I think it's stating the obvious, that the coaches that we have through here, and it's all of them, on a revolving basis, they are all so great. You know that, and they're so great to deal with. They represent Baylor so well. So to me, that's a pat on the back to you for the coaches that we have in place here at Baylor.
Well, you're right, and I'm glad that you get to interact with them in the same way that I do. And first and foremost, yes, they're great coaches, but they're great human beings.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip of a coach talking about pouring into student athletes, and that's, first and foremost the purpose of a coach, and our coaches do such an unbelievable job of that. And in a crazy time, when we think about college athletics and what we're all going through and the uncertainty, I could pick no better people to walk through that with, and to do it in a really caring and thoughtful way with our student athletes.
Yeah.
So we are absolutely blessed.
And doesn't that translate also to the staff, your executive team, and everybody we've got in the athletic department? It's just such an honor, really, to work with the group that we have in athletics.
Yeah, it really is. And we've talked about it in all staff meetings, right? We get to get up and do this each and every day, and it's a calling. And what makes it really special is to do it with people that you care about, quality people that really, really talented and are doing it for the right reasons. And you are a big part of that.
I'm glad to be a part of it. We're fortunate to have you here. You got a lot going on these days. Athletic director, yes, but also on the CFP selection committee. How's that going? Is that a fair question?
Well, I know more about college football than I ever thought I would know. I can break down all 25 teams.
Really?
So, but it is. It's an honor, and it's a privilege, and it's certainly I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it because it's the truth. It's an we appointment, and wouldn't be here without Baylor, without the wonderful people I get to work with, and this is really a Baylor athletic appointment, and it's an honor to work with the 12 other committee members, and it's a job that I think everybody takes extremely serious. The preparation, going into meetings is over the top. It's unbelievable. The amount of film we watch, the amount of statistical data, information that we go through, the number of discussions and vetting and conversations of team versus team, looking at 4 teams at one time, all of it. It is a really, really thorough process. And so just, again, honored to be part of that.
Fascinating. What's the weekend look like for you? I think we're into the second week. Last night was the second reveal of the CFP poll. What's a normal weekend?
So, again, Saturday, you try to watch as many games that you can, and depending upon when we kick off and, whether or not we're at home or on the road factors into how many I get to watch, on Saturday. And then really Sunday, I start watching games as early as 9 a.m., and I'm not done until midnight.
Oh, wow.
And then you get up, Monday morning, and you rank your teams individually, but you watch some additional film. You're looking at all the statistics as you're as your ranking, and then we begin our meetings at around noon on Monday, and we go through until about 9:30 p.m. and then we get up Tuesday morning and we go half a day on Tuesday. So it's a lot of vetting and a lot of discussion and a really, really thorough process. So, but great committee members, just great people. The CFP staff, Rich, he's unbelievable. So it's really a good time.
Yeah, that's Richard Clark, right?
Yes,
who's
General
here.
Clark.
I'm sorry, General Clark.
Yeah, he won't let us call him General now.
Really?
No, he won't answer if we. And that's it's really hard for all of us not to call him General Clark.
So much respect for that guy.
Yep.
He was here, wasn't he, for the Baylor Air Force game?
Baylor Air Force game. Yeah. Prior to being the executive director of the CFP. He served as superintendent for the Air Force Academy, and just a great individual. Great.
So do you want to take questions from the audience of why so-and-so is here, why is BYU number 6 and all that stuff?
No, I do not.
You don't? I didn't think so. We won't do that this evening. But pat on the back to you for taking that assignment. I mean, it just adds – gosh, it adds so much to your plate, what you already have that's full.
Yeah, but, again, great staff. Mm-hmm. You and Jovan and Callie and, Kenny Boyd and Cody Hall and Jill Van Zee. I mean, just all of them, right? Corey and Juliana and Kevin Gall. I mean, they all help, and I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, that's great.
So.
Well, thanks for sharing, peek behind the curtain, if you will, to what goes on there. And how long does this go? It goes right through, I guess, the conference championship
the
weekend.
Conference championship week. Yep.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
And, it's, like I said, it's a lot of fun, and people really do a great job of preparation.
All right. A lot of other things to talk about, more Baylor specific. Let's take a break. We'll get to that with Mack Rhoades, Baylor's Director of Athletics, with us tonight on the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's. The Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We'll be back live from Rudy's right after this.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your neighbor, it means helping them with their new chainsaw carving hobby.
What do you think of this thing, eh? It's a bearfish birdman wood carving, if I've ever seen one.
To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar.
Now watch this flip.
No, don't. You're gonna...
Cannonball!
Definitely nail it.
To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey.
I can just...
You sure can.
And to you, the Tundra means... whoa. Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Now this is a bare necessity. From tailgating to sailgating, the 2025 Tundra is built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rudy's. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's, A proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. And pleased to have Baylor's Director of Athletics, Mack Rhoades, with us here for the first half hour of our Baylor Coaches Show this evening. We could spin the wheel, different sports, different topics. Let's start with football. Coming off an open date last Saturday, going to Morgantown to play West Virginia this week, and some pretty good momentum. Winners of 3 straight. What a 3-week run that has been for Coach Aranda.
Yeah, I've got a little secret to share.
Okay.
Open weeks are so much better coming off a win.
Right? Better than the first one this year.
They're just a lot more enjoyable. But man, I'm just really proud of Coach Aranda, our staff, and certainly our student athletes, our team. The post-game press conference after the TCU game, Coach was asked, what did he say to Isaiah after he made the winning field goal, and he said to Isaiah, this has been you, right? This has always been you, and I'm just glad that everybody got to see it. And when Coach said that, I'm like, wow, that's how I feel about him. That's how I feel about the staff, and that's how I feel about this team, because I think we all felt like, that first half there was a couple games that we had opportunity and they just got away from us, and yet, and you're close to the team, so you see it. Our kids never quit. They never pointed fingers. They continue to play really, really hard, and so just to see them rewarded for that, and I think, the one difference in all of it is now you can see some confidence, and confidence is such a great thing, and when you think about competing at your highest level. And so just really, really excited for them. And, now you think about the remainder of the season, and, we're focused on just one game, and, gonna go play a really, good team and in a place that we haven't had a lot of success, 0-6 in Morgantown. And so, that record is meant to be broken.
Yes.
And so why not do it this upcoming Saturday?
Do you and Dave still have those early morning meetings? I mean, with the morning practice, or has that changed a little bit?
No, it's changed because of the early morning.
Yeah,
but we do we talk quite a bit on the phone. But we Sunday afternoon is our time to just visit, and 50% of it is about life, and 50% of it is about football. And I really enjoy that opportunity to just sit and visit and be real. And we have some really truthful and genuine conversations about the football program, about him, about staff, all of it. And I'm grateful that him and I can have those types of conversations.
We're sitting at 5-4 right now, and 3-3 in conference play after 3 straight conference wins. So the next win, it makes Baylor bowl eligible this year, which I'm sure was one of the goals for this team. But the way they're going, I think that might just be kind of a milestone along the way to higher goals this year.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to be careful because I'm just worried about West
Sure.
Virginia.
Okay, I got you. Right.
One game at a time. But yeah, I mean, we have an opportunity, right, to finish really, really strong. And there's a lot that goes into all of this. And you think about the recruiting class. And early signing period is December 4th through 6th, so it's moved up a couple weeks. And so you think about that, and then the transfer portal all of December. And Coach right now and the staff has done a great job in terms of verbal commitments. It'll be the highest ranked class if you can close it out since I've been at Baylor, and so they've done a terrific job there. And so a lot to look forward to, but again, we're going to focus on
on
West Virginia.
I'm not going to make you stray beyond that. How about the staff? So many changes on the staff this year, but those guys have come in and, as they've gotten closer and closer, I think the team is closer to where they hoped it would be all along.
Yeah, they've really begun to gel the staff, and you can see it, just going and hanging out in the football ops, the Fudge Football Development Center, just watching them, interact with one another, and you can see their confidence grow. And again, you talk about great people. Coach Aranda does an unbelievable job of hiring really great, good people, right? People that we would all want our, sons and daughters to be coached by. And so that's, really, really cool to see. And they're all obviously extremely competitive. And, when you win, it's, joy. And when you don't, it's misery, right? And so they do a phenomenal job. And just, again, happy for them that they're experiencing some success right now.
You mentioned the Fudge Football Development Center. Golly, is that great? I mean, what has that done for the program?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's, again, blessed and just this day and age, and with name, image, and likeness, and now the house settlement and house payments. If we would have probably started, those conversations about both the Foster Pavilion and the Fudge Development Center 6 months later than we did, we probably don't have an opportunity to build them. And so we were really blessed in terms of the timing, and of course everybody here in the audience and all of our other donors that came along to help us do that. But when we think about facilities and the way we are positioned, not just in the Big 12, but nationally, with both basketball programs, and Nicki will say the same when she's up here. But and then football, we're positioned really, really well.
It's only an hour show, but can you give us a brief update on the House case and where things stand?
Yeah, fascinating. I've been in college athletics since 1996, I think, and never experienced as much change as the House settlement will bring about. And preliminary approval of the House settlement on October 7th. The final hearing approval is not until April 7th. So there's a lot of gray until we get to that point in time. But you just think about, some of the significant changes that now institutions, not collectives, not donors, but institutions are going to pay student athletes, right? And there's a cap, and that annual cap is about $21 million a year annually. And so you think about that lift for our university, for our athletic department. The fact now that, rosters will have caps. We've never had caps, when we think about our sport programs. And so, right now across the country, there are certain teams that have more student athletes than what the cap's at. Wow. And so now navigating that with student athletes and prospective student athletes, and hey, the spot we had for you, we no longer had for you. And so that's where I'm really grateful in terms of our coaches and the way they care and are navigating that with truth and being genuine and sincere and loving and caring. And then, now, we had most of our sport programs where they had X amount of scholarships for the entire roster. So for baseball, you had 11.7 scholarships that you could divide amongst your roster of, 40, 45. And now that change, when we think about everybody on the roster, if you want, right, not mandated to do so, but if you want, you can now give them a full scholarship. And so, they set, for example, with baseball, the roster cap at 34. And so now you could, if you wanted to, provide 34 scholarships instead of 11.7. And so think about the financial, climb that is for all of us. And so just trying to navigate all of this. And NIL will still – there will be still a space for NIL, and the transfer portal will still be present. And so it's just a lot that our coaches are navigating, that we as an administration and athletic department are navigating. And again, here's, I think, the good news for us is that, the institution, President Livingstone, our board of regents, our administration in the athletic department, all of us are working extremely, extremely hard. And I think Baylor will be really well positioned when and if the House settles. And again, we want to continue to have nationally competitive sport programs, but doing it the right way. And all of this that I'm talking about is extremely transactional. And it's like, how do you continue to do this in a really transformational way? And we can never, ever at Baylor compromise the transformational way. That has to continue to be who we are. It has to continue to be why we're different. And it has to continue to be our edge.
Wow, very good. Thanks for that. Let's take a break, touch on some other sports when we come back. And Baylor hosting NCAA tennis beginning next week.
Exciting.
All that and more with Mack Rhoades when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cup Club, presented by Green Eye Associates, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today and sick 'em Bears.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Have you gone gold yet? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor bookstore at the upcoming Go Gold dates. To stay up to date on some golden opportunities, visit BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Go Gold and sick 'em Bears.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back with us live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco, the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. One more segment with Mack Rhoades, Baylor's Director of Athletics, headliner anywhere he goes. Nicki Collen will be with us coming up at the top of the hour. Let's talk basketball and Foster Pavilion, and a completed Foster Pavilion. How great is that this season?
It is great. We pushed really hard, and our staff did such an unbelievable job, and it'd take me forever to thank everybody. But, the Henry Howards, the Drew Pittman, all of them, they were just tremendous. And, we rushed to get it done because we wanted, a home court advantage for Big 12 conference play, and then for those seniors to be able to experience it. And so it's really cool now to be in there this season, a full season. Everything is complete, and such a great vibe, such great energy, great excitement, and love the facility, and certainly grateful to Paul and Alejandra Foster. So coaches love it. I know Nicki will tell you that she loves it, and I feel like there's just we've created a place to be where people just want to be there and not miss out.
It's and 2 good teams playing there also, the men and the women. I mean, 2 really good seasons underway.
Two nationally ranked teams, and led by great coaches, great people. We've got quality student athletes, again, young people that you just, give you energy and you want to hang out with, and just really proud of both Nicki and Scott and the way they lead their programs.
Yeah. New Big 12, 4 new schools this year, expanded travel a little bit for everybody. That's not just basketball. That's every sport, isn't it?
Yeah, that is every sport. And, football doesn't impact as much because you're traveling, on a Friday and on a Saturday, and it's once a week. But when you think about the basketballs and, our Olympic sports, where you've got midweek games and contests, and you're going back and forth, switching time zones and all of it, it can be difficult. And again, our coaches, man, have done such a fabulous job. I'm looking forward to the Arizona basketball trips. Get a chance to go home and see mom and dad and hang out in Tucson with them and my brothers, and so that will be a good time.
How about we make that a 2-game road trip just for you?
Absolutely.
Right? We'll get Arizona and Arizona State on that same
Why not?
trip.
So I'm calling the commissioner the minute I leave here.
That'll be good. And I mentioned NCAA tennis for the first time ever. Division I singles and doubles competition separated from the team championships. Team championships will be in the spring. We're hosting those, but for the first time ever, singles and doubles competition beginning next Tuesday here in Waco.
Yeah, we get to host both, which is a great honor. And so Waco's the national landing spot for NCAA tennis, and we've got such a great facility that's recognized obviously throughout the country. The Mark and Paula Hurd Tennis Center. It makes me a little bit sad because it reminds me, and I certainly remember Mark Hurd was such a great friend and contributor and supporter for Baylor University and for certainly the tennis programs. And so I'll miss him that he won't be able to be there, but Paula continues to carry the torch and do great things for our tennis program, and proud of Michael and Joey, and they've done a great job. And we have 2 individuals from our women's tennis program that will be participating in the doubles, and we've got 4 from our men's program, 2 doubles team, and then 2 of them are also competing in terms of singles. And so it will be just a great event. And Kenny Boyd, Katie Smith, Jackie Haddock, Callie Schrank. I'm looking at Brent Ingram right in front of me. All of them have worked their tails off to make this event happen.
Ooh,
so really excited.
That is great. Starts Tuesday, runs the 19th through the 24th. And the Hawkins Indoor Facility, I mean, we couldn't even make a bid to host if we didn't have that available.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you have that. You mentioned Nell, and certainly Claude and Becky Lindsay, big part of that facility. And, again, we're blessed. And,
very cool.
Great people. So,
all right, looking forward to that. We're going to let you get some rest.
Before you kick me off, I need to say
I
just need to say a couple things. So
okay.
I'm not sure that everybody in the audience knows, but John is going to be honored in Las Vegas for the National Football Foundation Chris Schenkel Award. Yeah. And so just on behalf of everybody here, John, we are so blessed, all of us, me personally, right, 38 years, you calling great Baylor sports moments, and just grateful to you and everything. Like, he does way more than just call sports events, and you think about all the events he MCs and the friendships and all of the support that he gives all of us from 8 to 5 throughout the department, and just well deserved. And you are a blessing to this department, and I hope you take the time to take Terry to a show in Vegas.
Vegas. All right. Thank you for saying that. It's a very humbling honor, and that's a team thing too. Baylor is the first school to receive the Chris Schenkel Award twice, 2 different people. So that's a coup for Baylor right there. That's the best thing. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Love you, man. Thank you very much.
You.
Mack Rhoades, Baylor's Director of Athletics.
We
appreciate his time. Tonight, we'll take a break. Nicki Collen will join us when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your neighbor, it means helping them with their new chainsaw carving hobby.
What do you think of this thing, eh? It's a bearfish birdman wood carving, if I've ever seen one.
To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar.
Now watch this flip.
No, don't. You're gonna...
Cannonball!
Definitely nail it.
To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey.
I can just...
You sure can.
And to you, the Tundra means... whoa. Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Now this is a bare necessity. From tailgating to sailgating, the 2025 Tundra is built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Are you a proud Baylor fan? Do you love prizes? The Baylor Sports app allows fans to track their attendance across athletic events and earn points using Baylor Bold Rewards. Baylor Athletics wants to loyal fans.
Tomorrow when you talk to Mac,
so register on.
Make sure you tell him I said, laying it on a little thick there.
Down.
I'm kidding. But that is a pretty decent joke. Also, the whole show with Terry, you and I both know that's not going to happen. I like how you just, right.
Way. Come be a part of the.
Like how you quickly pivoted from that. You're like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.
Michelle Leonard and the Bears battle against the best in the Big 12. Score your tickets for game day right now at BaylorBears.com/tickets. We'll see you at Betty Lou, Sick 'em Bears.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas. You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. How about moving on in here? Welcome, Coach Nicki Collen, Baylor women's basketball coach.
Never going to be boring, am I? You know?
No, it's good. Bob said, you want me to go get her? And I said, nah, she'll get up here eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can
Thanks
read
for
the
being
room.
here.
I can read the room. When I saw Mac leave the stage, I knew it was my turn.
That's right. Out of here, Mac. He said he was the warm-up act to you. Did you hear him say that?
I'm usually the appetizer for Dave, so, you know.
That has happened. But glad you're here this evening. Welcome to you. Hugging, kissing babies and hugging fans and nice, really good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't bring my parents tonight. They went home. You know, I thought they had moved in for
really?
a while. Yeah.
Wouldn't they come and stay like for the season?
Probably if I let them.
That was your call. Very
they
good.
actually have a great grandchild now, though, so they had to get back to baby Will.
Ooh,
so.
very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here. Got a game tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. Coming back from Oregon. What a great comeback in the fourth quarter by you guys against Oregon.
Yeah.
Short-handed. You want to move on from there?
Oh, goodness. I don't like moral victories, you know? Like, I feel like –
That's good. That's the silver lining, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was proud of the way we fought back. I think I described it a little like – I think I used this analogy at the tip-off club the other day. It's like, you know, you got these kids and they lose a drill or whatever and they got to run. They got to run a down and back. And we call them 11s, right? Or they got to run 17, which are 17 sidelines. And they can't make their time. And we're 13 minutes into practice. But by gosh, if you tell them they've been in practice for 90 minutes and you say, if we get this 11, we're done.
Yeah.
And they run in like 7 seconds.
Right.
You know? So I felt a little bit like we were conserving. You know, like, and suddenly we got to that sense of urgency in the fourth where, okay, if it's now or never, and we decided now would be good and not never. Yeah. So there's the silver lining now that we decided to attack it. We actually shot the ball well in the second half. We just didn't defend in the third quarter. I thought we looked really tired in the second and the third. But we should have Bella back tomorrow night, so good. We get one of the two back, fortunately. But yeah, it was a rough week. Injuries aren't fun.
Can I tell you that I was physically sick about Jana? I was doing that game, and when it happened, and the way she laid on the floor, I thought that is not good, and I just feel so bad for her that now she's done, because you talked about how hard she worked in the off season.
Yeah, I think maybe it was bad luck, because everywhere I went, people were asking about the team, how the team was looking, and her name always came up. Mm-hmm. She just had put herself in such good position to have a great year, shooting the ball well, confidently handling the ball, always someone that was going to create pace. Had elevated her game on the defensive side. Ironically, the play that she tore her ACL, she made an unbelievable defensive play, got a steal, advanced the ball up to Bugs, and was doing what Jana does and simply hustling down the floor, which if she hadn't, I'd have probably been like, you guys, sometimes we miss layups. Maybe we should follow our shot. Yeah. But, she literally went from one baseline to the other and just pulled up. Which is so often how it happens in sports, totally non-contact. Same with Bella. Mm-hmm. Bella was just backpedaling and a little clumsy, and rolled her ankle. So that Oregon game, you didn't have Jana available, and then Bella, that happened early in the game. A minute and 17 seconds in. Yeah. A minute and 17.
All of a sudden, your rotation had already been shrunk, and then it shrinks a little bit more.
Yeah, in the second quarter, I've always told the girls, like, hey, go out there, compete as hard as you can. If you need a sub, give me a shirt tug. I'll get someone in for you. But there's just no excuse for not giving your all, because we've got a bench. So, it's the second quarter, and Bugs is trying to give me one of these, and I'm looking away. I'm like, I don't see you.
I don't see that.
I don't see you. And then the bench, Tari in particular, is like, hey, Bugs is asking for a sub. She's asking for a sub. I'm like, yeah,
right.
And finally she was like, Coach, and it was all right. I will give you a sub. And I think she went out of the game, and it was an 8-0 run before I got her back in. So maybe I should have not taken her out.
Gotcha. You were smart. Your instincts were correct there. What does this do more moving forward? So you think Bella is okay, be back tomorrow night?
I think she'll be back.
Okay.
She was able to do probably 80% of practice today, so she was back, and that just makes a big difference. I think we're very capable of, any team in the country is capable of playing a 7 or 8 player rotation if you have the right 7 or 8, and you can kind of keep everyone under 30 in that, with a good substitution pattern. Losing, Bella when we did, Bella can play the 4, she can play the 3, she can play the 2, she can guard the 1, she can guard the 5. So, just her versatility, she becomes like more than one, essentially because of how she and Bugs can swing really from perimeter to post. And I had not a lot of ability to swing Bugs to the perimeter in that game because of where we were at.
Gotcha. Do you have, I'm sure you do, in mind, the new rotation for you moving forward without Jana?
I think it's, one, I don't have it yet, because today was a day that we had to figure out if Bella was going to, A, be able to play, B, how well we thought she would be able to play. There's a difference between minutes and good minutes, and healthy enough to really be yourself versus being, 60% of what we would be used to. So I think it's about feeling that out, and I think it'll be post-shoot-around, how they're all feeling will determine kind of what I think, how quickly we'll go to our bench and what that looks like.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? We talked, like on the Texas tour, we talked about, hey, this first year you've got more returning players than newcomers. And, hey, that's such a positive. And it is, and it was. But then 2 games in, man, things change.
Yeah. Injuries are hard. I think that's why you always say, like, on paper we look good. I really like my team. But you got to stay healthy. It's a big part of it. And especially in this day and age of the portal and NIL, and you have to invest where you have to invest, and so it's hard to have 15 equal players. It's hard to do that because you can't pay 15 people equally. So you have to prioritize, no different than if you were talking about a cap in the WNBA. And so I think we're going to be all right, and we're going to get Bella back, and then as much as I hate losing Jana for a lot of reasons, one, because you hate to see kids get hurt. Mm-hmm. Like you just, she was so excited about competing this season, how she was playing. But there was a reason we picked up Aaliyah Matharu, and, I think now you're seeing why it was so important for us to do. Maybe it was job, like security before that, but now we're going to need her. We're going to need her in the rotation. We're going to need what she brings, as opposed to like, wow, it'll be nice to have an additional playmaker, an additional scorer on our team. No, we're going to need an additional playmaker. We're going to need an additional scorer to kind of meet the goals that we've had going into the season. All
right, you mentioned Aaliyah. Let's take a break. We'll talk about her and when she's going to be here and plugged in. We'll do that when we come back. Coach Nicki Collen, Baylor women's basketball coach, our guest on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We'll be back live from Rudy's right after this.
Are you ready for the action-packed experience of Baylor volleyball? Come watch the Bears all season long at the Farrell Center as the team battles to bring home another Big 12 Conference championship to Waco. Secure your seats at BaylorBears.com/tickets and come be a part of the action courtside. Youth teams can also sign up to be Anthem Buddies and join the team on the court before first served by emailing fan_engagement@Baylor.edu. We'll see you at the Farrell Center, and sick 'em Bears.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Coach Nicki Collen, Baylor women's basketball coach, our guest to the bottom of the hour. And, Coach, we appreciate your time. We look forward to the game tomorrow night, another game on Sunday. So a couple of games pretty quickly together, and then you go to the Bahamas next week. How about that?
Yeah, can't complain about that.
That's good. Who I can't remember the schedule. Who will you play there? Who might you see?
Yeah, we open with Southern Miss. Looking forward, Indiana, could see North Carolina, could see Texas A&M. So
it's a good tournament.
Yeah.
Really
Villanova.
Good. So you'll play 3 games for sure down there.
Yeah.
All right. Very
True
good.
Tournament format. So winners, losers, as opposed to a lot of these MTEs. You play, kind of your 3 teams ahead of time. This is truly a tournament bracket. Winners, all the way through.
Nice. Good luck.
Thank you.
You mentioned Aaliyah, transfer to Baylor, coming to Baylor from the University of Florida. Tell us about her.
Yeah. One of our questions, wanted to know. I'm not sure, first of all, the question, because we can wrap these two up. But it asks, can you explain the rules involved in Baylor's getting the midterm transfer? What will she bring to the team? I'm not sure I can explain the rules why. I think with the unlimited transfers and the fact that she's already a graduate, so she graduated a year ago in December and has been taking post-bac, so post-baccalaureate classes. She basically needs to pass 6 hours, which is kind of normal. And then she is eligible to compete here the minute Florida clears those 6 credits. So the goal will be, hopefully, we can get her in for that first Big 12 game on the 21st. That's the goal. If everything, there's a lot that goes into making sure these student athletes are ready for competition, from physicals to mental health screenings to all the screenings that we do to protect us and to protect them. Mm-hmm. But that's the goal. But I think her ability to compete mid-year is based on her having been a graduate. And then, obviously, with the unlimited transfers, you can go anywhere at any time as long as you have eligibility.
Yeah.
But what she brings, Aaliyah is, if I was to compare her to, she's got some of Jada and some of Sarah. So her game, she gets after it defensively a lot like Jada. She's really in you and under you, and was one of the steals leaders in the SEC a year ago. Played for Vic in her college career as well at Texas, so she's not afraid to get in a passing lane and be physical defensively. Offensively, she's got a lot of shake to her game. She averaged almost 20 points a game in 24 minutes at Florida last year, so she can put the ball in the bucket. Her most efficient year was at Texas, the year we beat them twice. Just as a reminder, I told her that.
Say that again.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
But, she really makes the three. I think that's where she's a little bit different than Jada. Like, she's had games where she's made 7 or 8 threes. Really confident playmaker, but also wants to play downhill, is going to play fast. Really fits the way we play. She'll bring a lot of what Jana – that we're going to miss from Jana. Now, I will say this. Jana was an elite passer in the open floor. Maybe not in tight spaces with a lot of ball pressure, but in the open floor, Jana played fast, and she was serving, always trying to find a teammate. Where you see Jada in the open floor, and she is trying to find a little bit of room to get to the rim and create, offense for herself. So Aaliyah is somewhere in between, which is why I would describe her a little bit more like Sarah that way. Can score it, will pass it, but really electric, exciting. You guys are going to love watching her play.
Yeah, a little bit unusual, isn't it, to get somebody, midterm that hasn't been here. Sometimes you've had somebody that's here and they become eligible at midterm.
Correct.
But this is a little bit.
That's why I say I don't even know that I understand the rules.
Yeah. How did the process work? How can you tell us about that?
Yeah, she went into the portal, and this fall, and I called her. I called the coach at Florida. I called Vic. I called anyone that's ever been associated with the kid, and said, I think we can make this work.
Yeah.
So
cool. That's great. Look forward to getting her here.
Yeah.
So midterm. When Florida's semester ends, and you said they clear her 6 hours from there, she would be immediately eligible here.
Correct.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And December 21st, you mentioned, is the start of league play. That's earlier than it has been.
Correct.
So very good. Bring her on. Put her in green and gold.
That's right.
It'll be good. Here's another question from Luann Olson. Luann asks, you build team chemistry well. Do you recruit with that in mind? What activities do you do every year because you know it builds team camaraderie?
Yeah, I think character matters. I think a certain type of kid is attracted to Baylor in the first place. I think we don't attract every kid. We don't fit every kid, and so I think from that perspective, we start with that. Does a small private Christian, and I know we're not that small, but relative to like our competition, oftentimes we are different, and so we do start with character, and I tend to like everyone. Character flaw or character, I don't know what. Mm-hmm. I tend to enjoy getting to know a lot of different type of kids, but I do want them to fit. I want them to, not many kids are happy if they don't feel like there's going to be opportunity. And that doesn't mean that every person plays There have been players at Baylor and every other school that have spent 4 years at a school and have never really gotten in the lineup, and get a college degree and are happy to have gotten a free college degree. But ultimately, it's about trying to recruit to opportunity and be really honest with kids. I don't ever want to have to backtrack once they get here in what my expectations are, where I see them. Certainly their role can change from year to year, within a year, when someone gets injured, all of those things. But we do look for certain type of players with good character and care about school, and some care more than others, but ultimately that, are going to represent Baylor in a really positive light, nationally and locally. Things that we do to build chemistry, we've done a lot of different things. One of the things we talk a lot about our core values, and we've done exercises with that. We do team retreats. We did Waco Surf this year. We did a retreat, and we did a, how many of you out there know what a PowerPoint party is?
Wait,
okay, so
one.
there's a few. Two. I see
two.
two
Okay,
hands.
two. Okay.
All right. Well, this is Micah and Michael. That's why I have smarter people around me that have good ideas. But we just did one of those with our team a few weeks ago. So you can give – the topic can be anything.
Okay.
Our topic was, chasing dreams.
Okay.
And so they each had 2 to 5 minutes to – or maybe it was 3. How many minutes? 5. So, okay, 5 minutes. To put together a PowerPoint presentation and kind of tell their story, some of their favorite things, like their childhood, a lot of different things about them. And some of them, we knew everything, and some of them we knew nothing, I feel like, at the end of it. But just a way to build chemistry, get them to know each other in a different light, let them understand who the staff is in a different light. But we go to the Covingtons every year and we fish. And
that's great.
So we do a lot of different things to, a lot of it we start in the summer. Like, one of the things about college basketball that not every sport is this way is they're always in summer school. And so we get the summer to start to work with new ones, to get returners. They get ahead in school or they catch up in school, depending on, the situation. But they have less on their plate in the summer. And so it gives us a great opportunity to do more of those things with them, I mean, we built team chemistry going to Greece and Italy, you do those type of things. So
very nice. Very good. Great question. Great answer. Thanks for sharing. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more with Coach Nicki Collen talking Baylor women's basketball live from Rudy's right after this. Elevate your lifestyle with a Baylor Club membership. Enjoy unparalleled access to our exclusive lounge area located in the heart of McLean Stadium. Membership with the Baylor Club means you're part of a vibrant community where networking and forging lasting connections is as easy as a smile and a handshake. Indulge in members-only events and personalized service that caters to your every need. For those extra special moments, host your private events with us. Contact the Baylor Club membership or private events team at 254-710-8080.
This is Elise McGee with Baylor Volleyball, and this is my story. Trying to balance faith, school, and volleyball has felt at times impossible. Having people around you that point you to God and His truth, I feel, is something unique at Baylor. God surrounded me with coaches, teammates, professors, and staff that intertwine Him in our daily lives. My name is Elise McGee, and this is my Champions Tribune.
Read more Champions Tribune at BaylorBears.com.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your neighbor, it means helping them with their new chainsaw carving hobby.
What do you think of this thing, eh? It's a bearfish birdman wood carving, if I've ever seen one.
To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar.
Now watch this flip.
Okay.
You're gonna
Cannonball!
definitely nail it.
To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey.
I can just...
You sure can.
And to you, the Tundra means... whoa. Toyota is a proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Now this is a bare necessity. From tailgating to sailgating, the 2025 Tundra is built to take you wherever the road leads, on game day and beyond. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back. One quick segment remaining with Coach Nicki Collen. How about one more question from Roy? Roy asks, is your puppy missing your mom and dad?
Well, yes. Definitely missing my mom and dad. So his routine is he sleeps in my bedroom, but when they visit, my mom gets up early and walks him every morning.
Oh.
And so when he hears her, he starts nudging the door, So he's not doing that, which I'm grateful for.
Right.
But I will say this, they play with him so much when they're in town. And with the new pickleball court in the backyard, they're out there playing and he's out there. And it cost me like $300 at the vet because he had a sprained toe.
Oh, no. Poor Scout.
And for 4 days, he didn't put it down. He literally was a three-legged animal and just hopped everywhere.
Oh, buddy.
To the point where I had to take him to the vet. And then when the x-ray came back and they're like, he has a sprained toe and it's really swollen. And then 2 days after that, he was back to normal. But, I mean, he wouldn't put it down.
Really?
But, yeah, so we had to keep him calm for like a full week because of the sprain.
That's great. You didn't even know what you were asking when you asked that question, did you? Nicki, thanks for being here. Good luck. And next time you're back with us, we'll talk pickleball, okay?
Pickleball.
We'll do that next time. Coach Nicki Collen, Baylor women's basketball coach. Game tomorrow night, game on Sunday at Foster Pavilion. Back to wrap things up right after this.
It's the biggest blockbuster on the Brazzes, and you don't want to miss the premiere of Baylor women's basketball at brand new Foster Pavilion for the upcoming season. The Bears provide an elite atmosphere and return to the court with head coach Nicki Collen at the helm and another Sweet 16 appearance under their belts. The Foster Pavilion lets you be closer to the action, so help us fill the Foster with green and gold by getting your women's basketball season tickets today at BaylorBears.com/tickets.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Just do it as quick as you can. Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, it'll be 30 seconds and we'll be, like 30 seconds over. No worries.
Purchase exclusive experiences online and on the Baylor.
Sure thing, bud.
Baylor football experiences include on-field photos, sideline access during warm-ups, tunnel access during the team run-out, an in-game radio booth experience with the voice of the Bears, a birthday bash, and so much more. There's limited availability, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences or the Baylor Sports app to lock in your one-of-a-kind game day experience today.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
1 hour thanks to Mack Rhoades and Nicki Collen. We'll be back next Wednesday with another edition of the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank.